Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and we got a Jets victory. To recap, the Jets defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars 26-21, and the Jets get the job done at home, defending home turf. We all know that this game had a lot of draft implications. I know that some Jets fans wanted them to lose because we wanted to potentially get a higher draft pick, and some Jets fans are rooting for them to win. If you guys know me, I'm a Jets fan that roots for wins no matter what, and whatever happens, happens. Listen, my advice, just enjoy the win. It's totally out of your control. The Jets are never going to go out there and lose on purpose. So there's no reason to pout over a meaningless win. The Jets went out there and dominated the line of scrimmage in this one, especially on the offensive side of the ball. On the ground, we saw phenomenal play from Zach Wilson in terms of just being a game manager. That 53-yard touchdown, Braxton Berrios, Michael Carter, Tevin Coleman. I'm excited to recap this video, guys. So welcome in. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you guys enjoy. And before we get into the recap, I'm so excited to get into it. We're going to hear a quick word from the sponsor of Jets Media, and that's DraftKings Sportsbook. Before we go any further on today's video, I got to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of Jets Media, DraftKings. It won't be long until you can place bets right here in New York on your favorite sports on the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app. You know DraftKings by their daily fantasy contests. Well, now their expertise is going to be in sports betting so that fans everywhere can get in on the action. DraftKings Sportsbook offers everything you would want in the sports betting app. From player props to same-game parlays, they have it all. In just a short time, you'll be able to place bets on your favorite sports from the comfort of your own home with one of America's top-rated sportsbook apps, DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. And best of all, you can withdraw and deposit your cash whenever you want. So check out DraftKings and use my promo code to let them know that I sent you. That's promo code JETSMedia. Once again, that's promo code JETS Media. DraftKings Sportsbook, coming soon to New York State. Once again, shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring Jets Media. We greatly appreciate you. Make sure you guys use my code down below in the description. So let's get right into this recap video, guys. Starting off with Zach Wilson's play. Zach Wilson was 14 of 22, had 102 yards through the air, one passing touchdown, one rushing touchdown, had an 89.6 passer rating. And then through the ground, Zach Wilson had 91 rushing yards and one touchdown. And man, oh man, was that rushing touchdown something special. Zach Wilson had a 53-yard touchdown run, which is the longest touchdown run by any quarterback in Jets history. It's the longest touchdown run since 2015, since Marcus Mariota did it with the Tennessee Titans. So Zach Wilson showed me in this game that he has a lot of athleticism that he's been hiding. I always said it. If you guys watch my channel a lot, you know I always talk about Zach Wilson's athleticism, and he needs to start taking advantage of it. And we saw that today. Outside of that 53-yard run, we saw Zach Wilson do a lot of other things with his legs that were great to see. Tucking the ball, picking up 20 yards, picking up 15. He shows a phenomenal presence in the pocket whenever it collapses, of making people miss, extending plays with his legs. I feel like that's a big-time weapon. That's a very slept-on factor of Zach Wilson's traits as a quarterback. Obviously, he did not have the greatest game in terms of through the air, but he didn't need to. Like, I know some people are going to look at the stats and say he only had 102 yards. Well, he didn't need to throw the ball a lot if your running game is that dominant. I mean, we had a combined like 250-plus yards on the ground. Why do you need to ask your quarterback to throw the ball down the field if the running game is working that much? In my opinion, you don't need your quarterback to do that. He was a game manager. He did not have any turnovers. And he did everything he needed to do in order to get the job done for the New York Jets to get this W. So shout out to Zach Wilson. Wasn't the best game of his career. Wasn't the Zach Wilson 300-yard performance, but he had a phenomenal play at that 53-yard touchdown run. He had that crazy touchdown pass to Connor McDermott where he scrambled to his right, 4th and goal, throwed it up, and Connor McDermott went up and got that ball. Shout out to Connor McDermott because that was a phenomenal play. But I love what I saw from Zach Wilson today. Like I said, it wasn't like his best game of the season, but he did it. He did exactly what he needed to do in order to get the W. So shout out to Zach Wilson, and then a shout out to Michael Carter with his first 100-plus yard performance on the ground of his rookie career. 118 yards, averaging 7.4 per carry, and then Tevin Coleman deserves credit as well. On 14 carries, he had 57 yards, and the longest of 12, 4.1 yard per carry. The running game was working, and you got to give a big shout-out to the offensive line. We were out without Elijah Vera-Tucker, without LDT, even Connor McDermott. Connor McGovern went down late in this game, and we had Feeney playing center. So the offensive line was really, depleted in this one with all COVID. but we still stepped up in a big way in the running game, and we protected Zach Wilson for the most part. I feel like Zach did not really get sacked that much, and so big shout out to the offense. I feel like they did a great job. The wide receivers, they didn't do that much for Zach, to be honest. A lot of drops from Jeff Smith, another drop from, I forgot who it was on a crucial play, but Braxton Berrios continues to be probably the best player on offense, or probably the best player on the entire team. Braxton Berrios, 5 receptions, 37 yards, had that phenomenal touchdown kick return run for 103 yards. Braxton Berrios is becoming a guy that you need to extend. He does everything for this team. Special teams, offensively, he's a Swiss Army knife, end arounds. Braxton Berrios is a stud. He probably is my favorite player on this Jets team, and I want to get myself a Braxton Berrios jersey at this point because he is that awesome to watch. He's electric. He does everything for this Jets team, so shout out to Braxton Berrios. Another disappointing performance from Denzel Mims. He has all this opportunity. He has no catches. He doesn't even get targeted. The first target he had was a near interception, and he got a target in the end zone, but he was out of bounds. So that's all she wrote on Denzel Mims, guys, but we're not going to talk about that because it is frustrating. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to take advantage of your opportunities, you're not really going to be able to play in this league at a high level. But I did like what I saw from the entire offense, especially on the ground, because it's a good sign that the running game can work with our rookie running back, our rookie quarterback, and everything, especially without all of our top receivers. But then, when it comes to the defense definitely did not have a good game today. It was frustrating to watch this defense play, man. The first half in particular, we let the Jaguars, it felt like we were in a time loop. Like, it felt like every single defensive possession for the Jets was the same. It would be Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars would run the ball up the middle for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. And the next play would be like another run or another quick pass. It would be like 3rd and 5. And then it'll be a first down. And then the same thing. It would be, and it ate up all the clock. The Jaguars just had bodied us in time of possession. And the Jets defense is so bad on 3rd down to the point where we just cannot get a stop. I feel like we forced them to punt once. We got a 3 and out to start off the game, but they went for it on 4th and 2 with that fake punt. And the defense has a lot of issues. And yes, guys, I forgot to mention this entire video. COVID played a really big part of this game. We had no Robert Saleh. We had our entire defensive line was out. Quinnen Williams, John Franklin Myers was out. Foley Fatukasi was out. We had no names at center. Safety behind us. So obviously the Jets defense is not a full force, so it's hard to blame them. But it still was frustrating to watch this defense continuously leave people wide open down the field. No pressure to Trevor Lawrence. And by the end of the day, the Jets made a defensive stop when it mattered the most. They stopped them in that 2-point conversion. They got pressure on Trevor Lawrence. They prevented them to tie the game. And then late in that 4th and goal to win the game, the Javelin Guidry had an awesome pass deflection. And I know that there was a flag on the Jaguars anyway, but Javelin Guidry really did a good job on that play. CJ Mosley led us with 10 total tackles. Jared Davis had 8 tackles. CJ Mosley also had a crucial sack, a forced fumble sack that turned into the Jets getting the ball back. Unfortunately, we couldn't capitalize and get any points from that. But CJ Mosley didn't have his best game. He did have 10 tackles, did have a sack, but he did have a crucial pass interference call, and he did let the ball go through his hands late in that game where he could have won it with that interception. But good game from CJ Mosley nonetheless. And we sacked Trevor Lawrence, I think, only once. So not that much pressure. I would like to see more pressure on the quarterback, but that's really why Trevor Lawrence was able to get the ball down the field with ease, because we let him have all day to throw. And you give a quarterback that much time, the wide receivers are destined to get open down the field. That's pretty much exactly what happened all game long. So that's really my thoughts about this game, guys. The Jets win 26-21. We improved to 4-11 on the season. I know that this isn't a win that's going to, decide the future for this team, but I'm a Jets fan that really, enjoys winning. And even though it doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things, it's out of our control. You cannot expect a franchise to go on the field and lose on purpose. You're trying to build a culture and build a sustainable winner here. You're going to go out there, you're going to try to win the game. The draft is not on the minds of these Jets players or the coaching staff, especially with all these players out with COVID. There's a lot of people that are trying to step up and take advantage of their opportunities. Ron Middleton did a good job stepping in for Robert Saleh. So shout out to the Jets. We got the W. Zach Wilson had a phenomenal game, in my opinion, just in terms of that 53-yard touchdown run. I didn't know that he had that much athleticism in him, but I did know he had it somewhat. So great to see him take advantage of that. So feel free to comment down below your thoughts about the game, guys. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to like the video if you guys enjoyed. And please don't forget to comment. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're so close to 10K subs. So if you want to help Jets Media hit that big time milestone of 10K subs, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys next time. Let's go Jets. Peace out, everybody.